Elmhurst City Council for Monday, January 6, 2025, and ask that you all please rise and join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Tamer, please call the roll.
Varimus absent. Hill.
Here.
Shanko. Here. Jensen.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Toludo.
Here.
Park. Here. Nudera.
Here.
Vestito.
Here.
Nardini absent. Brennan absent. Irby.
Here.
10 present, 3 absent.
10 present, 3 absent. We have a quorum. Item 3, receipt of written communications from the public. Is there anyone in the audience that has a written communication which he or she would like to deliver to the council? If so, please raise your hand. Seeing none, we'll move on to public forum. Clerk Tamer, has anyone signed in for public forum?
No, Mayor.
All right, is there anyone who has would like to make a public comment this evening but did not have an opportunity to sign in beforehand? If so, please raise your hand. Seeing none, we move into announcements. Any announcements from the dais tonight? Alderman Hill.
Thank you, Mayor. I've been remiss in mentioning this the past few meetings, but I want to thank the work of staff and the Finance Committee for the recent passing of the household sticker household city sticker for vehicles for veterans change, which gives each veteran household, I think, access to 1 free household city sticker. And speaking as a veteran, I just want to thank the city for their work on that and say that I, as well as other veterans, appreciate that work very much. Thank you.
Seems like a conflict of interest. All right. Anyone else with an announcement? Clerk Tamer.
On this Thursday, the 9th at 7 p.m. at York High School Auditorium, we are partnering with York and the District 205 on a panel of specialists about challenges of today's teens, looking at anxiety, depression, and conflict resolution. We have a couple speakers from Linden Oaks, somebody in private practice, as well as Dr. Hurt, the principal of York. And it'll be a lot of Q&A, open panel discussion.
Thank you, Clerk Tamer. Anyone else? All right, we'll move into the consent agenda. Clerk Tamer, would you please read the consent agenda?
6.1 minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on December 2nd, 2024. 6.2 minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on December 16th, 2024. 6.3 accounts payable January 6, 2024. $440,550.09. 6.4, appointment of chair to the Development Planning and Zoning Committee, Alderman Chris Jensen. 6.5, appointment of Cheryl Leone to the City of Elmhurst and Elmhurst University Commission. 6.6, referral, review of permit fees and durations, Chapter 24 of the Municipal Code. 6.7, an ordinance amending ordinance number ZO 13-2024 to authorize the extension of time for the final planned unit development, permit and conditional use permit for the construction of additions and facade renovations to the building and the replacement of the pylon sign located on the property commonly known as 300 West Grand Avenue, Elmhurst, Illinois. 6.8, an ordinance granting a conditional use permit for a planned unit development for the expansion of the drive-through lane and reconfiguration of the parking lot located on the property commonly known as 235 South Illinois, Route 83, Elmhurst, Illinois. 6.9, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a letter of intent for sale of property owned by the City of Elmhurst, the southern portion of vacant land parking lot property located at 1st Street, Addison Avenue, and York Street, Elmhurst, Illinois, PIN 0602221058 to Elmhurst Center for Performing Arts. 6.10, a resolution approving revisions to the Explore Elmhurst Community Grant Program. 6.11, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of a 9th amended modification agreement by and between the Bensonville Fire Protection District Number 1 and the City of Elmhurst. 6.12, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a professional engineering services agreement between the City of Elmhurst, Illinois, and Baxter and Woodman, Inc. for the water reclamation Facility and Sanitary Sewer System Facility Plan Update Project. 6.13, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a professional Phase 2 engineering services agreement by and between BLA, Inc. and the City of Elmhurst for the Palmer Drive Local Agency Functional Overlay Roadway Improvement Project. 6.14, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Elmhurst and the Village of Berkeley for the High Street Improvement Project. And 6.15, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Elmhurst and the Village of Villa Park, and to approve and authorize the execution of the First Amendment to the agreement with Trans Systems Corporation for the Riverside Drive and Illinois Route 83 Improvement Project.
Thank you, Clerk Tamer. Is there any item on the consent agenda that any alderman would like to remove, either for further discussion or to vote against? Alderman Hill?
Yes, 6.4.
6.4. All right, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item 6.4? Alderman Nudera with a motion, Alderman Brand with a second. Clerk Tamer?
Kareem absent. Hill?
Aye.
Schenko?
Aye.
Jensen?
Aye.
Graham?
Aye.
Cahill?
Aye.
Toludo?
Aye.
Park?
Aye.
Nudera?
Aye.
Bastido?
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan absent. Irby?
Aye.
10 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent.
10 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent. The consent agenda minus item 6.4 is approved. Clerk Tamer, would you read the resolution on, or the statement on 6.4?
Appointment of Chair to the Development Planning and Zoning Committee, Alderman Chris Jensen.
Have a motion to bring this before the council? Alderman Toludo, second Alderman Braham. Alderman Hill?
Thank you. This is not actually directly related to a question of support for 6.4, which obviously I fully support the appointment of Alderman Jensen, the chair. Rather, it was a question that I didn't have enough time to ask before, but, and I think I would direct that at you, Mayor, about appointing a vice chair in the Finance Committee. I was just curious what the process is for that, and I meant to ask it ahead of time, but.
Normally, I'd rule that as out of order because it doesn't have anything to do with this, but the Finance Committee is a committee of 4. A quorum would be 3. If any one person is there, including not the chair, if the chair is not there, then there would be no quorum. So I'm not sure that there's any function right now in having a vice chair until at least as of today.
So if there can't be quorum, that's just an open slot at this time. I mean, because there's no point to it since you can't have anybody chair in the
The primary function of a vice chair is to serve in the chair's absence. So if there's a committee of 4 and there's a quorum of 3 and the chair's not in attendance, then the vice chair would run the meeting. In this case, with a quorum of 3 and there are only 3 members, if the chair is not there, you can all be vice chairs. So.
Thank you for hearing my question. I appreciate it.
Any other discussion on this? Alderman Irby.
Thank you, Mayor. On the continuation on Alderman Hill's point and your response to that, as the ordinance reads under 2.09, the chair and the vice chair are required under the ordinance to be named. So I'm not sure why I get your point. I think I agree with that. I'm just trying to follow the code. Ordinance 2.09 says there's always a chair and a vice chair. I didn't see any exceptions in it.
Okay. Noted.
That's all I have.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, Clerk Tamer.
Kareem absent. Hill?
Aye.
Schenko?
Aye.
Jensen?
Aye.
Graham?
Aye.
Cahill?
Aye.
Toludo?
Aye.
Park?
Aye.
Nudera?
Aye.
Bastido?
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan absent. Irby?
Aye.
10 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent.
10 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent. And Alderman Jensen is the chair of DPZ. Mayor's report. Two things. One is the city's identified a stormwater improvement project in the 5th Ward for flood control that's in the Spring Road Business District. We've acquired properties, 2 properties on Eggleston that are there for the purpose of creating underground storage and parking right behind the existing, I guess we'll call it Doc Ryan's. So the project will have significant stormwater storage, 250 more parking spaces. We'll begin engineering and design in 2025, and construction is planned for 2027. So we are going to hold an open house for the neighbors on Monday, January 27th. The 2 aldermen, I believe, will be there, as will I, to talk about preliminary project information for review and comments so that the neighbors may have an opportunity to participate in that. It'll be an open house format. You can come anytime between 4 and 6 p.m. on Monday, January 27th, see the exhibits, speak with our city planning and engineering staff, and it will be at Phase 3 Brewing Company in the back room. They've agreed to provide us with space for that. So again, Monday, January 27th, 4 to 6 at Phase 3 on Spring Road. And of course, any aldermen who are interested, please encourage you to attend as well so that we can get this project off to a good start. I'm also mindful that we are shy 1 alderman since Alderman Deuter's resignation was effective on January 1st or December 31st, whatever you like. By ordinance, I'm supposed to appoint someone within 60 days. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I can tell you that I'm not going to hold a public call to interview people. By the time we got someone in, it would be, there'd probably be 6 weeks left. I may await the results of the election on April 1st and see who looks like they'll be the likely alderman on May 1st. I may appoint someone to serve as interim, obviously not someone who would run for re-election, but at this point, I just wanted to note I am mindful of the vacancy, and that's what I have for today. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple holiday cleanup items. That Christmas trees will be collected free of charge during the 1st and 2nd weeks of January when placed at the curb on regular pickup day. Any non-organic materials such as lights, tinsel, garland, ornaments must be removed from the tree and not placed in a plastic bag. So those will be taken to a landfill. And then secondly, regarding the lights, the city and the Park District have partnered for a number of years and are, again, this year, partnering for the Holiday Lights Recycling Program. We have a goal of recycling over 100,000 pounds of holiday lights, so instead of sending those to the landfill, please drop them off at one of the 5 containers around town, and those are at City Hall, Courts Plus, the Park District Administrative Office on First Street, the Wagner Community Center, or the Keys Recreation Center. And that is through January 10th. And then finally, I'm repeating what I mentioned at the last council meeting, and that is that coming January 8th, if you can't see, our new and improved Elmhurst Connect service request system and mobile app will be active. So currently, the old system is active. You can download the new one, which I did today. You cannot use the new one, though, until January 8th. And the old one will be active until January 8th. So if you have it, please take care of that. As I mentioned at the last meeting, if you're on the website, if you're a website user for the service, you can continue to go through the city's website and no action is required. On January 8th, that will seamlessly transition. For mobile app new users, you need to download the new configuration, the new app, which you see up above on the screens. And then you can start using that on January 8th. And then for the current users, as I just said, continue using the old map until January 8th. And then on January 8th, the new app will take hold. So if people have questions, they can reach out to City Hall. They can go on our website to find out. We have been pushing it out on social media so people know. And please, if you have constituent groups that you frequent communications with, please let them know all of this. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager. Are there any other reports from elected officials on the dais? All right, seeing none, I'd ask for any other business, I should say. All right, seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Alderman Schenko with a motion, Alderman Bastido with a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.